I'm here today to tell you 10 things you do not need to practice yoga. Yoga is portrayed in the media and here on social media as something that is for a particular kind of person, I've noticed, and it's really not true. So here are 10 things you do not need to practice yoga. Number 1, a perfect body. There's no such thing as a perfect body, is there? We may always feel like we wish we were thinner or stronger or more flexible, but the reality is we are already perfect just how we are. And if we practice yoga, we can get more flexible and stronger and work on our own self-image so that we feel better about ourselves. So if you're not fully confident with how you look physically right now, a yoga practice can actually help you with that. You don't need to do anything else before you get started. Number 2, our special clothes. You don't need to have any fancy brand name yoga clothes to practice yoga. And actually, asana, the yoga poses, are only one small part of a yoga practice. So really, you can wear anything that's comfortable for you. You can wear pajamas. It really doesn't matter. You can wear anything you want for yoga. So if you feel like you've been waiting to be able to afford to buy a certain kind of leggings or something like that, don't let that stop you. You can wear anything you want to practice yoga. Okay, the third thing you don't need are open hips. What does that even mean? An open hip would be detached from the body, so we really don't want that. A lot of people tell me they don't want to get started with yoga or they're nervous to start a yoga practice because they're tight, because they've got tight muscles. Well, the reason we practice asana, which is a part of yoga, is to bring more flexibility into the body. So if you're tight and your hips are closed or tight, that's great. It's a great place to start. And we're only going to get more flexibility and create more space in our body as we practice. So don't let having tightness or tension in your body stop you. This is going to help a lot. All right, the fourth thing is lots of time. A lot of people tell me too, oh, I don't have time. Yeah, I get it. It can be busy in life for sure. But to practice yoga, you really don't need a lot of time. It's not necessary that you do a 90-minute practice on your mat every day to practice yoga. What about taking a few nice big breaths anytime you feel stressed? That's yoga. What about taking 5 minutes to just sit quietly, not checking your phone, just being in peace, if possible? That's yoga. That counts as a yoga practice. So don't wait until you have huge chunks of space freed up in your schedule, because that's probably never going to happen, to practice yoga or to get started with a yoga practice. You can start with little bits here and there, and that will help you get started and help you probably feel a lot more calm and peaceful in your everyday life. Okay, the fifth thing you do not need to practice yoga is a lot of money. Here on this channel, Costa Yoga Collective, we're going to be sharing a lot of free yoga videos with you. We're going to be teaching you how to practice starting right from the beginning. And so you don't need any money. You don't need to have anything to get started. I get that sometimes going to classes in studios can be expensive, but you don't have to do that in order to practice yoga. You can do it at home for free. Okay, the next thing, number 6, is a calm mind. A lot of people will tell me as well they don't want to get started, or they're afraid, or they can't start meditation because they have too much going on in their head. Well, I bet you know what I'm going to say, right? This practice will help you calm your mind. None of us come in to a meditation practice with a perfectly peaceful, calm mind with no thoughts. Because if we already had that, we wouldn't need to do the practice, right? So meditation, which is a big part of yoga, is great for people who have a busy mind. And we're going to be showing you through many different videos here, different tips and tricks to learn how to calm your mind, learn how to go from so many busy thoughts to less thoughts, and eventually maybe one thought while we focus just on our breath or a mantra, repeating something over and over, and that can be anything. Okay, so you don't need to have a calm mind to start a yoga practice. That's what we're going to be achieving, hopefully, through our practices. All right, number 7, an expensive yoga mat. You don't even need to have any yoga mat to practice. You could do it on a towel as long as you're not on a slippery floor, a blanket, just on the floor. The ancient yogis 5,000 years ago didn't have fancy non-slip yoga mats. And they also didn't do as much asana, or at least the poses, asana, wasn't the main focus of what they were doing. So there are lots of parts of yoga you can do with no mat at all. And when you're doing the postures, you can just do it on the floor, you can do it on a towel, anywhere you want. You don't need to have an expensive mat. So if that's stopping you from getting started, don't let it stop you. You can get going right away. Okay, number 8. I already touched on this a little bit, the idea of flexibility, right? We might think, oh, I can't touch my toes, or I have a hard time, even just bending over. How am I going to practice yoga? Well, that's what we're doing this for, right? We're practicing physical postures, moving with our breath to help us bring more flexibility into the body. So if you feel stiff and tight, especially when you wake up in the morning, this is a great time to do some movements and some postures that you can find in yoga to help you bring more movement and more flexibility into your body. So you don't need to already be flexible. All right, number 9, perfect health. First of all, I'm not sure exactly what perfect health would be, but if you've got something going on, as long as you have clearance from your doctor or other medical professionals that say that you're safe to go ahead and practice, then go ahead and practice, because allowing yourself to calm your mind, to focus on your breath, to move your body can be so helpful with anything you might be dealing with health-wise. So don't wait until all of your ducks are in a row within any area to get started, because a yoga practice can help you in all areas of your life. But you do want to make sure that you have clearance from a doctor before you get started. Okay, and number 10 are particular religious beliefs. Okay, so maybe you practice a certain religion and you're hesitant about starting a yoga practice because you feel like it might conflict with your religious beliefs. Well, the cool thing about yoga is that it doesn't give you a belief system. We're not working with worshiping anyone or anything in any way. Yoga is a science, and we have a series of practices that help us bring our awareness and attention inward and create connection with ourselves and other human beings. But there's no worshiping and there's no belief system. So yoga really does fit with any religion. Okay guys, so those were the 10 things you do not need to practice yoga. I would love to share some beginning practices with you. Please comment below if you have any questions at all, and please subscribe to our channel to get all of the new videos that will be coming out soon. And I'm also going to share a link with you for my 30-day beginners yoga program. It's called From the Ground Up. I've had really great feedback from this from people who are just getting started, maybe like you, and learning the full practice of yoga. So breathing, meditation, mindset, and also the physical postures, which are only just a part of it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.